Yo, what's good? Next Gen Amolytics. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'll give a quick recap of Sunday and then we'll move forward. I know that I didn't record on yesterday, Monday. I failed to mention on Sunday that I won't be recording on Mondays or Thursdays. Sundays is a bit of a wild card, so if I'm going to record on a Sunday, I'll let you guys know in that Saturday video. However, Sunday we went 4 for 5, another winning day. Just missed out on the sweep. Larnack didn't get it done against Francis. He went 0 for 1 against Francis and then 0 for 4 for the game. I mentioned the head-to-head against the starting pitcher because when I give you guys plays or give you guys spots that I like, I'm attacking that starting pitcher. So ideally, I want to see them get their hit against that starting pitcher versus waiting on the latter half of the game against the bullpen. But no, Ramirez went 1 for 3 against Water and then 1 for 3 for the game. Wilson went 2 for 3 against Sugiano and then 2 for 4 for the game. Bellinger went 0 for 2 against Dobbins and then 1 for 4 for the game. So that's the type of situation I'm talking about. Like we'll take the hit against the bullpen. However, we want to see it early on, in the game, in the first half of the game. Riley went 2 for 3 against Rupp and then 2 for 4 for the game. So again, 4 for 5 day. Just missed out on sweep, but we'll get that today. Starting out, I like Xavier Edwards. He's going against Mitch Keller of Pittsburgh. So Keller struggles a bit with lefties. I'm not even just going to say a bit, a lot, difference-wise of righties. And so, Edwards over the course of these past 2 weeks is batting a 464 weighted OBA with only a 3% K rate. So I love this spot for him. He's batting leadoff. Should see Keller the most. Keller has a 130 whip against lefties with a 9.6% K to walk rate. Keller struggles a little bit more at home for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. He did just get hit up a little bit against Houston, and Houston was heavy righties, which was surprising. He gave up 9 base runners there and 6 earned in 6 1/3. He has been pitching overall better this year than he normally does. I will give him that. He's going against Alcantara, who's bad himself. So this could be, a high-scoring game here. However, I like this spot for Edwards. He's starting to see it well. He was out for a little bit with injury early on in the year. So, again, I like this spot for him. And he's batting 458 BABIP. Ball is batted in play if you're unfamiliar with that. But moving forward, I like Lindor of the Mets. He was dealing with the injury. I'm not quite sure the context of the injury, but I know that he's back now. He pinch hit, on Saturday night, and then I want to say he started on Sunday. He's been hitting left-handed pitching well, going up against Gore here. He has a weighted OBA of 650 and a K percentage of 7% over the course of the past 2 weeks. So I like, and that's 14 plate appearances for context there. And then Gore's pitching well this year. I'll give him that. But his home versus away splits are drastically different. I'll pull that up real quick. That's what one tailing, Lindor here. And then when I saw those splits, I was like, yeah, I like this. So at home, Gore has a 157 batting average he's given up versus away he's given up a 293. So I like this for Lindor, for him to, to keep going. As they did just get off a long road trip, but however, as I said, he was dealing with the injury, so he didn't play that much over that road trip. And then also, like Washington's bullpen's not really good at all, so I like that as well. Moving forward, I like Peña of Houston at home against Shane Smith. So Shane Smith of Chicago, he kind of favors righties a bit there. Like he's better against lefties, I will say that. He's not giving up much against righties. I'll say that as well. Like, I don't, I believe he's a rookie. However, this is a good test for him. His last two away starts, he's actually got tested, and he's actually, got broke a little bit. Against the Mets, he only went 3 2/3 and 7 base runners there with 3 earned. And then the Cubs, he went 6 base runners and 1 earned there. So I like this, for Peña. Overall, Houston as a team hits way better at home, but Peña himself is batting like a 340 off the top of my head, 340 at home versus, I want to say, mid twos on the road. So drastic difference there for him. But over the course of the past 2 weeks against right-handed pitching, he's batting a 414 weighted OBA, a 13% K rate. I like this for him. I like this for Houston to, continue their home streaks as well. Chicago's just bad, but at the same time, I feel like McCullers for Houston's, bad himself, as a pitcher. So this gives Chicago a chance to stay in this game. And they could be up, so Peña could be, getting that 9th at bat. Moving forward, I like Crawford of Seattle going against Fott of Arizona. Fott's been horrible, he really has. Over the course of the past 5 games, he went, I'm looking at the wrong. So he went 3 innings pitched, gave up 7 base runners, 5 earned against Atlanta. Didn't make it an inning against Washington. Game before that, 6 base runners, 8 earned. Game before that, 5 2/3, 6 base runners, 3 earned. And then, you get the picture. So, he hasn't been good. I've been attacking him. He gives up a 197 whip to lefties. Crawford's, batting leadoff here, has a 507 weighted OBA against right-handed pitching, 11% K rate. I like this. He's one of the few lefties in Seattle's lineup. So far to see him, Raleigh, who probably can hit a home run here, to be honest. You'll see Polanco, maybe Tellez, and then that's about it lefty-wise in their lineup. And then on the other half of this game, I like Marte against Seattle's pitcher Logan Evans. Younger kid here. I feel like he hasn't faced anybody yet, and this is going to be his first real test, on the road here. His last couple of games, he's faced Washington, the White Sox, San Diego, Toronto, and Texas. And San Diego got to him a little bit. He gave up 8 base runners there on the road. 0 earned, though. I'll give him that on the road. Gave up 3 home runs against the White Sox 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, yeah, again, I like the spot for Marte as well. Marte is hitting a 552 weighted OBA versus right-handed pitching over the course of the past 2 weeks, striking out at a 12% rate. I like this, for him. And then, so my top 5 for that, I'm going Crawford, Edwards, Lindor, Peña, Marte. In that order. And then my home run play. I like this play, Cincy at Cleveland. I might pronounce this dude's name wrong. I really don't know how to pronounce it. Encarnacion-Strand going against Sessione. Against Sessione's pitch mix, Strand is batting a 500 ISO with an 80% pull air rate. So for context, for pull air, they got a new metric that they measure on this year, in which they're measuring how many times, what percent of the time are you getting air on your pulled balls. So, for context onto the pulled air, what that entails, the exact stats on it I can pull up real quick. So, and this is from Baseball Savant. From 2002 to 2004, only 17% of batted balls were considered pulled air balls, but the subset was responsible for 66% home runs. Um, and in that subset, they produced a 547 average, 1,227 slugging percentage, and a 733 weighted OBA. So it's a valuable outcome you want to see. Like you want to see more pulled air on your balls batted in play. So I like this fourth strand. He also has a blast rate of 42.9% against his pitch mix. Sessione himself is giving up a fly ball of 51.5%, and for that, he's like, for pitchers that are qualified over the course of the past month, he's number 8 on the list for the highest fly ball percentage, and he has a 0% infield fly ball. So when I look at fly ball percentage, you have to give a bit of leeway to people who are inducing infield fly balls, because those aren't going anywhere. But him giving up over a 50% fly ball rate, and he's not getting any infield fly balls, or these are carrying. And for somebody over the course, Strand just came back against in the Arizona series that they just played, the first game of that, and he hit a home run every single game in that series, and then he had a hit yesterday. So he's kind of hot right now. So I like this spot against Sessione. Sessione is giving up a 19.6 blast rate as well. His pulled air is not so high; it's at 12%. However, I still like this for Strand here. Batting, I want to say he's batting cleanup too, to go yard against Sessione. But those are my top 5. That's my home run play. If you want to be notified when I post, please subscribe and turn on your notifications. Like, comment, share. Let me know any ideas that you have, as far as, your plays, anything, for that matter. I'm going to communicate with you guys. I'm going to go live here soon. I'm not sure when. I'm still thinking about that as well. But I like to hear from you guys, different minds, and just collabing, and creating different aspects of the game and different, scenarios, that I think about or you think about, can make us better. So thank you. Have a good one.